Hey guys, so welcome to the second video in the Social Media Mansion series. What I'm going to be showing you guys in this video is how to create menus and then how to create our other pages. So our services page, our facts page, our contact forum, how to set them all up and how to make them all work together and with the same themes, the same appearance and make it the whole site flow together. So let's just get straight into it. So what we're going to do first is create a menu. So what we need to do is go to Appearance, Menus, and then we're going to create a new menu. So we're going to call this one Home Menu, for example. Create menu. So now it's been created. What we want to do is add our pages across. So currently we've only got two pages. The standard sample page that gets set up when you create a WordPress site, and then our home page, which we started to create before. As we create more pages, they'll appear in this list here and then we'll add them across later on. But the reason for creating the menu now is because when we add the menu to the optimized press header, we're going to be doing that, creating a single page and then duplicating that exact same page over and over again and then changing the content. That way we have the same menu on every single page rather than going in and out of every page, having to go into the layout settings, adding this menu, and so on. This is just a way to save some time down the track. So we're going to go hit home, we're going to add to menu, and we're going to save menu. Great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our page, and we're going to go Live Editor, which then brings up our live editor, which is what we were using before to set up our site. And now what we want to do here is go Layout Settings. And from Layout Settings, we want to go down to Header Navigation. From Header Navigation, we've already selected have it alongside the logo, but you can have the navigation bar underneath it or wherever you really like to have it. So we'll just leave it next to it for now. So we'll go Home Menu. You can change the style, the size of it, etc., etc. But we'll leave it as is for now, and then we'll click Update. And this should load, and it should have our home page displayed next to the menu. And that'll come across and across and across. But another way we can do it, we can go Layout Settings, Header Navigation, scroll down to, when it lets me scroll down, turn it off and have it below the header. So we can go below, Home Menu, and click Update there. And then you can change the color, etc. But I think we'll leave it the way we had it originally because I think that looked a bit more professional. And this show and hide, this show and hide control bar, that will show us what the site will look like without all the different options that we've added, or with them. Sorry, again, it's starting to lag a little bit. Again, we'll just change that back over. Headers and navigation. Turn that off. And then have it alongside logo. And then we'll save that, update that. And we'll save and continue. One other thing I want to show you guys now is how we can change the different colors of the backgrounds or the header background and whatnot. So say for example I wanted to use this color here. And this is what I was talking about earlier, how it can be a bit tedious with the load times. You just need to let it do its thing. And we'll copy this color that we were using before to keep it the same all over. And then we'll go Color Scheme Settings, Page Color Settings, navigation bar alongside logo settings. Drop down, so just depending on where we want to put it. Maybe we'll have it like this. And we'll have our text in white. And drop down hyperlink text. So we'll try that. See how that comes out. Well, I got that wrong. So when I hover over it, it comes up as the color, but when I take it away, it's not there. So we'll change that again. We'll try that. Maybe I'm just seeing the wrong one here. But anyway, you get the point. Whoops. Click out of this. Out. Color scheme settings. We'll take this back to black for now, and then we'll play with that later. So there we go, the home's up there now. Other things we can change here, we can change the title, the footer area, the overall page color. You can upload a background image here, choose the color of your hyperlinks and whatnot. But again, we'll just leave all that for now. You can go in there and play with that if you want to change any of that around. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to save and close. And then what I'm going to do now is create another new page. So we're going to go Page Builder. Remember, we have to create pages through the Page Builder while using this theme. Let's call this one About. And this time, let's just use a template that's already existing. So let's just we'll use this template, the homepage template for now, just to show you how, if you want to already work with a pre-existing template, it's just as easy as creating one from scratch. So say I don't want any of this here. I can just hit delete, and this will delete everything. Say I wanted to just delete this box here, I can delete that by itself. But and say I wanted to change the color scheme in the header, we go layout settings, page, header and navigation. We'll remove that. And then this is where we can change the background color here if we wanted to. So say we wanted the background color to be the blue, we can hit update. And because we didn't save this before, this is why this has come back again. So we get rid of that. Layout settings, header navigation. We'll select that logo again that we used before. And we'll hit update. And because I didn't save it again, that will probably come around again. But you can see it looks a bit weird there because this is a JPEG, not a PNG file. It hasn't given us the transparency there. So let's just leave the background as white for now. And as you can see, it's so easy just to go back in and edit things and change things around. So we'll change this color by hitting the color button, and then we take it over to the white. Drag it up till it's all Fs, and then we can go update. Great. So what we want to do now is obviously add back in our menu. And our menu will be navigation bar alongside logo, home menu, and then update. Great, so now we can just start building our about page. So what I might do is we might start off with maybe an image at the top. We let this load. We might have how do we want to do this? We can even do a full. We'll start with a full row for the time being. And I might change this down the track as well. And we're going to add an element. We want to add an image. We click on the image that we want to add. We're going to select the file. Sorry guys, I just had to pause it for a second. So what you need to do is drag your image that you want to upload into this area here. I've already uploaded it earlier, so we're going to hit media. We're going to go on which one that we want to enter, show. We may as well enter the full size and hopefully it'll crunch it down. Perfect. We can then do a custom width if we want to. We can make it, we'll make it 900 to make it a bit smaller. We don't want to, we can link it to a different page or to a site, or open it in a new window. Do a lot of things there, but I'll just leave it for now. I'll insert that, and you can see how it's popped up there. And that looks like a very large image, so I might change that over later on. And if we save and continue that, we can then view the public link, a new tab. And see there, yeah, it is a bit too big, but it's all about playing around with different sizes, different images to get a good setup that you like. But as you can see, we've got our tab up here, our logo on. We've got our image field, and we can just keep on adding as many different columns, widgets, different things that we want to add, about. So let's see what else we can add here. About, product. Countdown time is a really cool one if you've got a product launch or something that you're wanting to do and you want to make people purchase urgently. And another thing I'll bring attention later is the custom HTML and shortcodes. So a lot of your widgets start, so as I said in the previous videos, think of WordPress as like your iPhone or your smartphone, and then you have widgets, which are like applications that you just download and install into your WordPress, and then they just work just like you use an app. So that's with the custom HTML and shortcodes, that's a good way that we can insert these widgets into our pages. But I'll do that a bit later on. Maybe I want to do a feature box. I want to feature something here. Enter that. I can type in here, or I can even add a picture in here. So say I wanted to add a picture of Instagram, an Instagram picture. I can chuck that in there. And then on this side here, I don't want to link it to anything, so I'm going to click no link, full size, insert into post. So as you can see, our Instagram, you can just see our Instagram thing is just there. Yeah. So from there, if we wanted to type and say something like, "We are the leaders in Instagram optimization. I want to help you grow your target market on this platform." We insert that into the page. And as we type more text, it'll come up next to it, or we can change the size of this image just by easily going back into the edit field. Sorry, maybe not the edit one. Yeah, this one, sorry. The tool. And then we hit edit here. So say this was a bit too big, I can then either play around with it and change the size dynamically here. And we'll insert that and see how that looks. Didn't really do much there for us. We'll try again. Maybe if we insert and update it, that might work better for us. Or maybe not. So we'll go back in again. Edit. Surefire way to do it is if you click on the image, hit this little image here, we can then go to our advanced settings and change the width and the heights ourselves. So if we wanted to, or even if we wanted, we can do it up here by making it smaller by the percentages. But say I wanted to go 40, what was it before? 40 by 33. We'll update that. And that might make it way too small, but there it is. So you can just play around with that there. So what I'm going to do is hit save and continue. And wait for it to let me know that it's been saved. There. And then what I'm going to do now is save this as a preset. And we'll save this as a standard page. We'll hit save. Okay, so now since we've got our standard home page up the top there with our header, with our logo, with some easy content in there, so we can now create more pages straight away using the same template. Whereas normally you'd have to go in there and always upload your header, upload your menus. I started creating some files here and stuff. So I'll show what I mean. So we'll click out of this, or we can hit save and close. Probably better hit save and close just to double check. Again, optimize press. And then we go page builder. And this one we'll call, what will we call this one? Services, perhaps. And then now we have the option to use a saved preset. And we can select that from the list here. We use this one that we just used before. And again, this is our next page. So then we can delete this picture and then change it to another picture, change all the content on here, and it's just a simpler way to use optimize press because it'll have our headers and whatnot. And as we add pages to our menu, it'll automatically on each one of these pages be added to the list up here, whereas before we would have had to have constantly gone into our layout settings and added the menus to every single page. So I'm going to save that and close that there for now. And now I'm going to add another page called a facts page. So we'll go page builder. We'll call this one facts. And Optimize Post has a pretty cool facts template already made there for us, so we'll just go down and find it. We'll use this one. Proceed. And unfortunately, for pages like this, we'll then need to add our logos and our headers in again, because we're not using the pre-existing template. So I'll show you one more time quickly. I'm sure you guys have got the hint already, but we might as well just get it done with now. We'll remove this logo, select the logo. Or you can select the banner image instead if you're wanting to use the whole banner width. I'm going to use this one again. Insert. We're then going to go to our navigation bar alongside logo, turn that on, home menu, and then we're going to update that. Let that load. And for some reason, it didn't give us the header again. Layout. See, so it can be a bit fiddly when you're playing with this plugin, but when you get the end result, sites always look really good using this. Oh, there we go. Maybe not. So we'll save and continue that, and I'll pause this for a second. I'll see what's going on, and I'll come back to you guys in a second. Okay, guys, you can tell I've been doing this for a while today. I didn't turn on the header and navigation, so we'll turn that on, and then we'll just hit update, and it should come straight on now. There we go. And you can see with the facts page, it's been a preset different color here. So we want to go again, layout settings, headers and navigation, change this to white. That lets me. Update. And you see now we can go in and edit all these different areas here. So we're going to let this lag go away. You can see all these cool fonts and stuff that are inbuilt in these plugins. So if you wanted to edit this font or edit this statement, this is just this is one of the headlines. We can type in frequently asked questions, insert. Looks pretty nice, eh? I mean, then we just go in and change all these different areas here. Just by doing the same thing, edit, go in and change it. So we'll change this to since this will be about social media, saying, do I need to be on social media? And say we wanted to link that to a different page, we'd hit this hyperlink button here, type in www.socialmediamention.com. You open it in a different window, give it a title, social home. And I wouldn't do this because it's just sending them back to the home page, but we can leave that for now. We'll insert that, and then that'll be a link. And then we wanted to say, we said insert, save and continue. Wait for it to confirm it's been saved. There we go. And if we hit view public link, you can see here, this is our page that we just made. And you can see this is the link, so when you hover over it, it has the title. If I click on this, it should send me back to my home page. But I still haven't done much on yet. Exactly. Cool. So we're gonna, I'll save and close this for now. And then we're gonna go back to appearance, menus, and then we're gonna add these new pages to the menu. So you can see here, again, I did this before. First we need to make sure they're published. So we go pages, quick edit, draft to publish. Do that same with facts. Change it to published. You can also do this in the live editor. There'll be the unpublished or published option on the side. Published. And now we can go appearance, menus. So currently we only have the home menu there, but what we're going to add now, we'll add the services, about, and facts. And if we want to rearrange these, just drag them up and just put them in the order that you want. And say you wanted to make a drop-down menu, so they hover over the About section, and then you want the Services menu to drop down underneath it. All you need to do is grab the Services and pull it next to it like that. Obviously, you wouldn't do this because you probably want these two pages to be separate, but if you wanted to, you could do that and have that as a sub-item. And I'll show you what it would look like. We go Save Menu. And now when we go back to socialmediamansion.com, these other pages should be now visible. There you go. Pause that. And if I see there's a drop-down menu over About, which then gives me the option to go to the Services. And if I click on these pages, they should all be working now since they're all published. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go out through this site using these exact same techniques. And I'm going to flesh the site out and get it set up the way I want. Then I'll come back to you guys showing you how I've done everything, how the site looks, and then we'll look at adding some new widgets into the page and getting it a bit more interactive by adding our Facebook feeds and our contact page, and then we'll get the page looking really nice, and then we're done. And that doesn't take very long at all. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, so I just quickly want to show you guys how I'm going to be installing the contact page. And what I'm going to be doing here is installing a plugin. There's heaps of different contact page plugins, but the one I like to use is Big Contact. I'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute. And then I'm going to use the short code from that, which is a little snippet of code that we're going to implement into Optimized Press theme. It might sound a bit complex now, but it's a single copy and paste. Very easy to do. I'll show you guys how to do that in a second. And then from there, we're going to install some other plugins, such as our Facebook feed, maybe a gallery plugin, and maybe a slider or something like that. But we'll get to that in a minute. So to add a new plugin, if you've downloaded it, we go to Plugins, Add New. And if you haven't downloaded it yet, this is how we can download it from. So you can either upload it from your desktop or wherever you have it on your computer, or we can search for a plugin. So I want to search for the Big Contact. So Big Contact. Big Contact contact page, and that's exactly what we want right there. So we'll install that. So we hit install now. We'll let that little plugin install, and we activate the plugin. Make sure we hit activate. If we don't hit activate, it'll just be installed, but it won't be working yet. So we hit activate, and then in our plugins menu, which can be accessed by hitting plugins, you can see it's now activated here. Now if we want to deactivate it or reactivate it, we can do that from this menu. And you can see down here, our Big Contact form is being added here. So if we want to do that and have a look at the form options, this is what the different sections look like. So you can add in appointments, you can have phone numbers, etc. So say I wanted to delete these, add a new one, contact phone number. So here we can go, I'll put my mobile now, so hit enter for it to save. And here we can go, Luke, socialmediamansion.com. Make sure you hit enter rather than clicking out of it. So Luke in contact us. Enter, because otherwise it's not going to work. I'm going to delete this one too. Leave them as is. And If you want to add in a Google Maps, you can chuck in your API key there. I'm not going to do that at the moment though. I'm pretty happy with everything else there. And then if we have a look at the settings, I'll run through that quickly. So yeah, you can add in all this different information here if you want to customize it even more. Select time zones. And again, same type of stuff. And what you want to make sure you do here as well is make sure your email is set up properly in the in your settings. So we'll have a look in the general settings. So you can see here I've got my email, Luke at Social Media Mansion, set up properly there. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to, we'll create a new contact page actually, that's what we'll do. We'll go pages. So we'll go optimize press live editor or page builder. And we'll call this one contact. We'll use the save preset that we used before. I'll get rid of all this for now by deleting these rows. I'll delete that for now. Let's add a, how do we want to do this? Let's add a contact form like this. Okay, cool. And what we want to do is enter a shortcode. So the majority of plugins have shortcodes, and what that means is, say I wanted to insert a contact form here, I'll need to insert a little shortcode from whatever plugin I'm using. So I'll show you. For this one, we'll just Google it. So if you ever can't find them yourself, or the plugin doesn't provide them to you straight away, we can find them this way. So we need to type in big contact form shortcode. So you can see here, I've been on this site before, and it gives you all the different shortcodes for it. So this is the full shortcode. If I only want specific things, I can just remove them from the list. So I'll copy that. I'll put that in here. And I want to type in short code. And you can see there's a little element for that. So we hit that. And this is where we're typing the short code. I only want the contact form. I don't want any of this stuff at all. So I'm going to delete all that. And I insert that. I'm going to save and continue. And we'll see if that's worked for us now. And as you can see, our full contact form is there, ready to go. And I might just chuck in an image here for the time being. I might just use one that I've already used. And I can change that again later. Select an image. We'll just use this one for the time being. Insert. Save and continue. And now I'll save and close that. And we'll go and add that into our menu. Oh, always seem to be doing this in these videos. Like, don't publish the page. So I'll publish the page first and then we'll add it in. Okay, now we'll refresh this. Contact, add to menu. And there we go. And I'll save menu. And now if we go to our site, which is still getting developed, we can see our contact pages here. There we go. We can chuck in the information there and send email. So it's easy as that. And now I'm going to show you guys how we're going to upload plugins that we've downloaded or purchased from a different site, and how we just upload them straight from our computer. So same process, plugins. Then we're going to go add new, upload, choose file. I'll choose it from the desktop. We'll find whatever one, custom Facebook feed. I'll install that. It's uploaded now. We'll hit activate. And then I'll add another one just so you guys can see. Upload, choose file. Next Gen Gallery. So I use the Gallery Pro for Next Gen Gallery, which is a paid version, but there is a basic free version which does the job as well. But when I'm creating more professional sites, I like having the paid versions of these plugins. Only a few of them that I think really give a lot more value than what the basic one does, and they're really easy to use. So you can see here, Facebook feeds down here now. Very easy to work with. So you can change what the Facebook feed does. It allows you to change the layouts and the styles and the widths of everything. Add your pictures if you want to show thumbnails. There's different views and stuff here of what you want it to look like, etc., etc. So I'm just going to go back to the site now, and I'll pretty much just chuck this Facebook feed in exact same way I did the contact form. I'll go finish up the site, add a bit more content, make it look presentable, and then I'll come back and show you guys everything I've done, and then that'll be it. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.